tonight, I don't know if you heard it through the grapevine. Kristen Ritter's joining Daredevil. Born Again Season 2. You know it's Jessica Jones. She's coming back. The Defenders was a little bit whack. Ooh, where's Luke Cage? He better come back too. You can leave Iron Fist. He was doo-doo. Iron Fist is a good, hero, but he was shit. He was garbage in that show. So if they bring back everyone, dope. But I'm really happy they're bringing back Jessica Jones. You can catch up on the old cinematic universe on Disney Plus that was on Netflix. But Jessica Jones was my favorite besides Luke Cage. Although I really like Jessica Jones because I'm a Kristen Ritter fan, and I like the Private Eye thing. And Purple Man was the best villain in almost all of MCU, if you ask me. So I'm pretty excited to hear about that. I'm not very surprised, but we'll see how it goes. I am excited nonetheless. Also, other expanded universes. For the Rocky Creed universe, it is expanding with, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Delphi. It's the boxing rink that boxing ring. I don't know sports where they fought, where they trained, where they became the legends that they were meant to be. They're making a TV show out of that. Michael B. Jordan's executive producing. I haven't heard if Ryan Coogler's involved, but hopefully he is. Other expanded universes. I don't know how expanded of a universe this is going to be, but Nicolas Cage is starring in, you remember a little thing called Into the Spider-Verse? Yes, they made a lot of Spider-Man things, including movies, TV shows, and video games. But behold, we are getting another new TV show, except it's live action. And it's in a sort of Sin City-esque thing. Let me explain. In Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I almost said Into the Universe. In Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, there was a little character called Spider-Noir that was voiced by Nicolas Cage. He didn't return for the second one, but he is returning for an MGM Plus and Amazon Prime television series that is live action. Nicolas Cage is playing that character. That's him right there. That is the show. That is not Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think it looks pretty cool. You can find the teaser trailer leaked online. It is very Sin City-esque, and I think that was a pretty cool idea to do. I don't know how we're going to like it, but I hope that would do. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of CGI because Nicolas Cage is not young. And to be swinging around all the time, you're going to need a younger looking person or thing or CGI thing anyways. As far as other series go, we have Jermaine Fowler joining the Barbershop series. It's a TV series. It's going to be ordered by Amazon, so apparently it'll be on Prime. But you remember Ice Cube and Eve and Cedric the Entertainer. I doubt any of them are coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if Cedric the Entertainer... No, I don't remember what happened to Cedric the Entertainer's character. I wouldn't be surprised if he died, though, because he was super old. In any case, I'm happy for Jermaine Fowler, but I don't know how they're going to do the series. I'm assuming it's going to be sitcom, because Jermaine Fowler was recently in Superior Donuts, which was actually a pretty solid show. I don't like live studio audience shows, but that show was pretty funny. I dug it. So we'll see how that goes. No word on when it's going to be released. I don't even know if they started filming yet. But they have, I believe, started filming. Oh, no, they're set to executive produce and play Siegfried and Roy. Who is playing Siegfried and Roy, you may ask? It is Jude Law from Young Pope and Star Wars Skeleton Crew, amongst others, and Andrew Garfield. It's so weird that they put his credits as Under the Banner of Heaven and Tick, Tick, Boom, like all of you guys have seen that. You know, one of the Spider-Mens and the dude from Captain Marvel. We can do better than that. You know who Jude Law is. It's Jude Law. Closer. And AI and other movies. Anyways, they're playing Siegfried and Roy, and apparently set to executive produce as well. Also, South Park is going to be exclusively for Paramount Plus, ? In the US anyway. So there's this whole bidding war that we have talked about on Popcorn Poppin' around a year ago, actually. Because right now, you can watch like the specials on Paramount Plus, and you can watch the whole television series on Max. By the way, I am just remembering that I had forgotten the biggest news of all. HBO Max that was HBO Max. HBO that turned into HBO Max that turned into Max is now back to HBO Max again. Last time they did this, you had to re-download an app. I don't know if they're gonna upgrade it and change the title, but they went back to HBO Max. My thoughts? It's popping. I prefer HBO Max. Everyone calls it HBO Max. If you say, "Hey, did you watch Max earlier?" They're gonna be like, "Who's Max?" It's a streaming service. There's not a Claire streaming service. Why are we calling it by regular names? Go back to HBO Max. It sounds better. It's more syllables, but it works. Anyway, South Park may be lost from HBO Max and going exclusively to Paramount Plus. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because I have a few friends that like watching South Park on repeat. I love South Park. I can't watch it over and over and over and over and over and over again, even though they have so much greatness. Yet, I do know this will affect some people because I don't know many people that have Paramount Plus. So if you don't, you might want to get it, but there are rumors spurring around the interwebs that they are going to come to some sort of agreement where it'll be on Max and Paramount Plus. Which, more money for Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So more power to them. Speaking of more power, let's give more power to the television show Shrinking. That's on Apple TV Plus right now. Co-created by Bill Lawrence. It looks like Michael J. Fox will be joining the cast, at least as a special guest star. If you did not know, Michael J. Fox was not only in Back to the Future, but he was also on a little TV show called Spin City, which I had no idea that Bill Lawrence, his first show that he created was Spin City. I loved Spin City. I think most people remember Charlie Sheen being the front runner of that, but Michael J. Fox is the OG of Spin City. Really hilarious show. Anyways, yes, his Parkinson's is pretty severe and he retired from acting, but it looks like Bill Lawrence brought him back into the fold. And rumor has it, it's because the co-lead, Harrison Ford, his character has Parkinson's. So I'm sure he's going to meet Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox is going to walk him through it. If you ever watch Shrinking yet, get Apple TV Plus now and check it out. I like it more than Ted Lasso, but it is a little more depressing at times than Ted Lasso. I still dig it a lot. Speaking of other things I dig the film Good Night and Good Luck. If you haven't seen the movie about Edward R. Murrow during the McCarthy era, I'm not even a history guy, but I did my senior thesis paper on McCarthyism. Very interesting time in history where Joseph McCarthy, I don't remember history that well, but he's a government person, created like blacklists and made people go to prison and blackballed certain celebrities and movie stars and just people in general. It's called the Red Scare. And Edward R. Murrow was one of the only news anchors that actually was like, hey, fuck this guy. We're going to report the news how he is doing it. And he also did other stuff as well. Anyways, George Clooney co-wrote and directed and starred, but not as Edward R. Murrow, in a film called Good Night and Good Luck. Excellent film. If you haven't watched it before, rent it. It is excellent. It's one of my favorite George Clooney films. But currently, he is on Broadway right now as Edward R. Murrow in a stage adaptation of Good Night and Good Luck. So I think it's really, really cool. I'm pretty excited, but I can't afford it. Well, it's okay if you can't afford it because CNN is going to be showing it live on their station. I don't know if they'll be streaming it as well, but they will be streaming directly from Broadway's Winter Garden Theater on CNN June 7th. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, let's get into one depressing piece of news, something that I called out, I believe, in the season premiere of Popcorn Poppin'. There's one canceled show that came across my desk, and that is The Bondsman. I had mentioned this as one of the shows to look out for in the premiere episode of Popcorn Poppin' because I thought it was dope. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. And I love Kevin Bacon. And I love any storyline that has to do with hunting demons. That's pretty fun, right? Well, we didn't, including me, we didn't watch more than the first episode. So they canceled it. I kind of knew it was going to happen. I should have kept watching. I'm the problem, but so are you. Boo-hoo you. Boo-hoo me. Boo-hoo Kevin Bacon and the Bondsman people. I feel really bad. We should have watched it. But that's okay because we got other renewals. Here are some renewal announcements. Fallout Season 3. Season 2 hasn't even premiered yet, but it will in December on Prime. We also have The Diplomat, which has a Season 3 that hasn't premiered yet, but it will be premiering this fall. Season 4 is already greenlit. We also have Forever, which just premiered on Netflix last week or the week prior. They're getting a Season 2 on Netflix. 4 seasons, which I was hoping for a Season 2, even though I was like, we don't need one, but yeah, let's do it, because it will be one character less, but I won't tell you who. Just know that. Unless the ghost of this person shows up. In any case, fun show. Watch the first season on Netflix. We are getting a Season 2. And I don't care about this, but I will report the news as it comes through to all the people that may find it interesting. And I've noticed that my audience is usually females, and I find that females seem to like Bridgerton. And Bridgerton is coming back. It is renewed for seasons 5 and 6. And season 4 isn't even out yet. That's crazy. So I'm assuming 5 and 6 may be the last ones. Usually when they do season renewals of multiple seasons, before the next season comes out, that means they have an end game plan. So I know nothing of Bridgerton except the later episodes aren't as good as the first episodes. However, you're going to get more of it. 2026 is when season 4 is confirmed to premiere.